Welcome to the screening of Altman Method. Now we'd like to invite in our guest. The film is from Asian Future category.
はい、ワールドプレミア上映2回目ということになりますけれども、改めてご挨拶をいただきたいと思います。監督からお願いします。
This is the second of the your world premiere screening. Would each of you like to say a few words to the audience?
Yes, of course, please. Thank you for inviting us to this wonderful festival. We've already been here for 1 week, and it's a really thrilling experience to be in the festival and in Tokyo. It's all of us are here for the first time. It's really thrilling. Somehow we feel that Japanese culture might be the exact opposite of our culture, and still it's amazing to see how films can connect between two cultures so far apart, because the language of cinema, I think, is first of all the language of emotion, and emotion is something that is universal and connects people. So thank you.
まずは映画祭にご招待いただけたことをとても嬉しく思います。1週間ね、私たち滞在していますが、続々ワクワクとねする、東京の日々ですが、全員初来日で、日本文化っていうのはそうだな、自分たちの文化とは逆かなと感じつつも、やはり映画でつながることができる、離れた文化であっても、映画言語、そして、感情というのは普遍的だと感じています。Maayan, please.
Thank you. It is a great honor, and I'm really so happy and excited to be here and to be a part of this wonderful festival. I thought the second screening and the second time of the Q&A would be less, my heartbeat will be less less frantic, but it's not actually. I think it's even more. I relate a lot to what Nadav said. I feel so much inspired by being here and getting to know better the Japanese culture. I told someone I had a conversation with that Japanese, if you compare them to Israelis, of course, Israelis are always very loud, and the Japanese are quiet, but they are not closed up. They are very curious and very outreaching. And I had lovely meetings and interactions and conversations with people, and it is such a great thing that we are here and that we get to meet in person. Thank you so much.
本当にそうですね、日本に来られて光栄であるとともに、この素晴らしい映画祭の一部になれたということを嬉しく思います。で、2回目の上映はQ&A そんなにドキドキしないのかなと思ったら、実はもっと、緊張しています。そして監督がね、今おっしゃったことにとても同意します。非常に触発される、日々で、日本文化のことなど、いろいろね理解が深まっています。確かに日本人とイスラエル人、イスラエル人はね結構割と外交的でいつもね騒がしいと、それに比べて日本人は静かな印象ではあるんですが、それはなんて言うんでしょうね、閉じているというわけではなくて、好奇心旺盛で何かね、なんて言うんでしょうね、私たちのことを知りたいっていう気持ち、それはとても感じます。ですから多くの、方と交流する機会があって、本当にこうやって実際に会うというのは貴重な機会だと感じています。
I agree with everything being said before me. Yes, we've been here for a week and the food is amazing. I mean, we said to each other yesterday, I think even in the gas station, the food is amazing. So that's incredible. And the people are so nice. And even though not everybody speaks English, I feel like everybody speaks humanity and everybody is so welcoming and they want to offer help and, just being there. And it's really, we're not used to it. So thank you very much. And domo arigato.
もうね、お二人がおっしゃったことにもう全く同意します。本当に1週間いて食事が素晴らしい。もうきっとね、ガソリンスタンドでもきっととっても食事はね、そこに売ってるもの美味しいんだろうなと本当に思います。英語はなかなか通じない場面もありますが、人として、とてもこうやはりつながる部分で歓迎してくれてるっていうのはね、なかなかちょっと経験他ではできないので、はい、とても嬉しく思います。
はい、ありがとうございます。はい、1回目の Q&A のお話ちょっとだけしますとですね、いろいろ質問が出て面白かったんですけども、いろんな武道の名前が出てきますよね、一瞬。空手の道場にアシスタント雇うときに柔道はいいけど合気道はちょっとねみたいなセリフがありますよね。でそんな話もしまして、要するにウリというね彼のキャラクターからするとその勝ち負けをつけないようなその合気道っていうのは彼にとってはあんまり好きではないっていうような、ことで、逆に皆さん合気道大好きっていうですね、そんな、お話も、要するに日本武道とか日本文化実はもう大変精通してらっしゃるというような、お話も出て面白かったです。
Just it was a recap of the first Q&A. You had discussion about martial arts, so Kenji was just summarizing it.
であれですよね、ニルさんは空手の達人に見えますけれども、本当に空手をやっておられるんですか？
Oh, what we talked about. Okay.
No, near you seems like the master of karate, but you actually did have, I mean, you did practice karate at some point in your life.
Yes. Actually, karate is very popular in Israel, mostly in young ages, 5 to 10. Most people I know take karate, so it's something we learn as children. Not a lot of people keep doing it, but we do have a lot of judo champions and judo Olympians, and so before the movie, I was really excited because I started remembering how it was as a little kid, and being a kid is always fun, and doing karate is always fun. Before the film, me and Nadav went to see a lot of instructors because obviously I know a bit of karate, but not enough to teach, and not a black belt. So we went to study a bit, and I read about the culture, and I read about karate, and it was really nice seeing all the different sections of karate, aikido and all that. And we talked about aikido, and why my character hates aikido is because it's not competition, it's an art, and my character is not artistic. It's very straight to the point. That's why he dislikes aikido. The artist in the family is Noah, so that's it. Thank you.
はい、イスラエルで空手ってとても人気があって、だいたい5歳10歳ぐらいの子供はほとんどね取ってる子が多いんですよ、クラスを。僕自身もね取っていました、空手クラスを。ただ続けるかというとそれはちょっと限られてしまって、で柔道に関して言うとイスラエルではそうですね、オリンピックに参加するような、チャンピオンたちがいっぱいいます。ですからまた子供時代のね楽しかった思い出の空手をね、こう映画の中で、関わってくるということで、監督と一緒にこう指導者を見学に行ったんですね。僕自身黒帯ではないので、どのように、教えをね、が行われているのかと。でさまざまな流派があるということで、そういったことも含めていろいろリサーチをしたんですが、そうですね、合気道っていうのは、勝ち負けではない、ある意味ちょっとね芸術的な、こうなんていうんでしょうか、流れがある。ただ、このウリはですね競争、それがね勝ち負けに興味があるわけですよね。で、白黒はっきりつけたいタイプ、家の中でアート系は、ノアが担当しているということで、そういった分け方がありますね。
はい、ありがとうございます。それでは皆様のご質問を受けたいと思います。
We now like to open the floor for questions.
はい、素晴らしい映画ありがとうございました。とってもワクワクして見させていただきました。でちょっと驚いたのはですね、この実際の襲われる事件とかですね、あと 警官とのその証拠のやり取りとか実際にノアが警官と話すところなんかが全て映像では描かれてなくてほとんど言葉で出てくるっていうことで観客としてはそれは実際どうだったんだろうなっていうのをいろいろ空想するというかですね、本当は実際全部嘘かもしれないっていうくらいにも思えるわけなんですけども、その辺がですね非常に巧みな撮り方だなと思ったんですが、これ第一作ということなんですけども、こういう撮り方をぜひしたいというふうに最初から思われてたのか、それから今後もこういうことをなんかやっていこうというふうに思われてるんでしょうか。それと女優さんの方にですね、その心理描写をで全て引っ張っていくっていうところ、そのところの演技になんかいろいろ工夫されたかっていうことをちょっと伺いたいです。
Thank you very much for a fantastic film. I've been just excited throughout the film, and what really took me by surprise is that the act, for example, what exactly happened between the cleaner and Uri, and there's a mention of evidence. Noah, had some discussion with the cop, but this is not visually depicted in the film. So we can only assume that this may have happened, or we can only imagine how it may have happened. Everything could all be lie. So it's very skillful the way the film is composed. And I understand this is your first feature. So this is what you intended from the start. You wanted to make a film with lots of rooms for the audience to imagine. And secondly, for the next or upcoming films, would you also like to make a film in the sort of same style or composition? And there's a question for Maayan, but that I will talk about it later.
First of all, thank you for your kind words. It's really humbling to hear that you enjoyed it so much. And as for your first question, yes, from the beginning I imagined it as a film that has a lot of room, gives a lot of room for the audience to fill in. I feel that my preferred kind of cinema is a cinema that is like a placeholder for the audience's thoughts and feelings. And it is my job to provoke your thoughts and feelings, but give you the freedom to use your own personality in order to understand and feel the film in your own specific way. And above that, the film is told from her point of view, from Noah's point of view, and her point of view is a point of view of she knows nothing. She can only assume, because all she does is hear that something has happened, and she can imagine what had happened and ask, but she didn't see anything. I wanted the audience to be in the same position as she is and follow her both emotionally and mentally, to experience the story with her, walk with her step by step. And as for the second question, absolutely. My next film would be just as open, I would say, and would maybe leave even more room for the audience. This is a personal challenge of mine.
ありがとうございます。今のお言葉、非常に謙虚に受け止めて、と同時に楽しんでいただいたことを嬉しく思います。そうですね、まず1問目、最初からスペースをね、観客の方にいろいろ隙間を埋めるような、そういったふうに見てもらいたいと思っていました。私の映画で、私もそういった映画が好きだということと、やはり、見るお客さんそのものそれぞれが、何らかをね、焚きつけるというか気持ちをかきたてるようなものを用意するけれども、 個々の経験や、本当にその人それぞれのやり方でこの映画を見進めるというか解釈をするということ、そしてこの作品はノアの視点から描かれています。で、彼女が知らないこと、それは彼女自身推測するしかないですよね。で、ですから何が起きたかというのは彼女は人に聞いてそれしか情報がないわけです。ですから、見ている皆さんにもノアと全く同じ精神状況、同じ感情をですね、一緒に旅をしていくということ、ストーリーを追ってもらいたいということでこのような作り方になっています。次の、2問目の質問で、次回作もですね、同じように、もっとお客さんに委ねるような、作り方の作品になる予定です。And Maayan, this is a question for you. So you had to, be in charge of emotionally driving, you're the one navigating, and so in order to, because this is so much depend upon your psychological journeys, so anything that you had to be mindful about in playing this role?
So I also want to thank you a lot for opening your question with the way that the movie made you feel. It is unbelievable to hear the reactions, and it is so we were waiting for it for a long time. Also COVID made the wait even longer, so it's like being thirsty and finally getting a sip of water. So thank you so much. And what a lovely question. And I will answer by sharing something that Nadav, the director, asked from me. He told me two things that can be a good answer to what you asked. He said, that when we film a movie, we don't film it in chronologically. So he told me that I shouldn't think about it at all. I shouldn't think, wait, like not being in my head, just being in the situation and being with my partners of the scene and listening to them, that this is, and thinking about our relationship in the movie, and not think about the technical things like the storyline. And that freed me to be with my partners and just look at them, listen to them, creating the atmosphere that we usually have. Like my best friend in the movie, I think that the movie depicts how she is like someone I can lean on. She's my good friend, and of course I have my husband, and I love him very much. But I always have this friend to have my back, and whenever I had a scene with her, this was what I was focusing on. And the other thing that I wanted to say that Nadav told me, sorry, I'm a little bit nervous and excited, so I forgot.
Shall I translate this one first?
Yes,
then we can
please.
think about it?
Sorry.
ありがとうございます。まさにね、この質問で、こういった皆さんの本当に映画をね、その場で直に感じてくれる反応を聞くというのをずっと長くコロナ禍でね、そういった気持ちがもう乾いていってなんか溝が与えられたような今気分です。質問とても、いい質問をしてくださったので、監督が私に、逆になんて言うんでしょう、提示してくれたことというのを答えで代わりにお伝えしたいと思います。監督はですね、撮影は時系列には行わないということ、だけれども私は何も考えないでいいと。 頭の中でいろいろね計算したりとか考えすぎずに状況に身を置けばいいんだと。そうしてこういろいろ起きていることに耳を傾けて、例えばストーリー運びはどうなのかなとか気にしないでいいと言われたので、私はとても解放されて気が軽くなったんですね。で、共演者を見てその場の雰囲気を感じる。で、私の親友がいるという設定ですが、やっぱり彼女と一緒にいるシーンでは本当に頼れる友人がいて、愛する夫がいるけれども、この友人はいつでも私を支えてくれるんだなという、そういった、状況ごとに自分で、対応していました。ちょっとナーバスになって、2つ目の監督が言ったことを忘れてしまったんですが。Now, did it come back to you?
Yeah, actually, I did mention both of these things. The first one was not to think about the technical part and where am I in the story. And the second thing he told me was to focus on the relationship, what kind of relationship I have towards, what kind of feeling I have towards this person that is now I'm playing with in the scene, and that freed me, as I said before, yes, thank you for your question.
ですね、実は今の、最初にも、2つ監督の言ってくれたことが含まれていますね。一つは、私はストーリーで今どこを撮っていて話の構造的にどこの位置かとかそういうことは全く考えないでいいよということですね。ですから、そしてもう一つがその一緒に共演している人との関係性はどういうものなのか、その人といるとどんな感情を持つのかということをその場で、反応すればいいよというふうに監督が言ってくれたので、とても開放して、自由に演じることができました。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much for your wonderful film. I was really thrilled, and the expression that you conveyed from yourself, Nora and Winnie, was marvelous, and really, I'm so excited. Thank you very much for your wonderful acting and film. 今から日本語で言います。すべて良かったんですけど、ストーリーテリングも良かったし、もうプロットも全部で後半にずっと盛り上がってくるところもすごく良かったと思います。で、一番感動したというかお聞きしたいのは最後のガステーションでイスラムの男の人に2回目に会って最後に会う時にですね、ここが汚れてるとか一つずつチェックしていって、だんだんドキドキしてきますね。何がしたいのかなというふうにこちらは思っていて、で最後にちょっと待ってって何か言いたいって、エクスプレッションも本当にもう顔も全部ドキドキさせてもらってありがとうございます。素晴らしいアクティングだったと思います。であそこのところでなんていうのか、何か言いたいけどやっぱりやめとこうっていうふうになったところがあるんですが、ちょっと後でもゆっくり考えようかなと思ってるんですが、どういう気持ちだったかっていうことをちょっと教えていただきたいです。
Yes, so storytelling, plot, and the way sort of things culminate, and you have this sort of momentum towards the end of the film. Very moving. Thank you very much. And this particular scene, say Noah visit the car wash again, and this Muslim man, and she goes around with him. Here it's not clean. Obviously she's waiting for the opportunity to say something, and she says at the end, wait. And we see her face, expression. Also we are quite thrilled. What is going to happen? What is it that she's trying to say? But she actually decides not to. So what kind of emotion? What was it really going through at that point? So I would like to ask this to both, director and Maayan.
Thank you again. I guess I wanted to open things up emotionally even more towards the end of the film. Usually I'm disappointed when I see films that have a very clean closure, and I wanted to make another step forward emotionally, to get into a new zone emotionally. And when I wrote this scene, it was already in the phase that people who write know that the characters act on their own. So that's true. The characters do things that you, as a writer, you created them, but you do not expect them to do that. So this is one of those things. I felt that she wanted to say it, but then something in his facial expression made her decide the other way and leave things as they are and let life go on as complex as they are. So the emotion, if I need to summarize in one word, is an emotion of complexity. It's just something complex that I cannot put into words, but luckily we have cinema that can show and create emotions that are larger than the words that we use to depict them.
はい、そうですね。これは、オープンに特にこういう終わりだよということをね言いたくはなかった。私ががっかりする映画っていうのは何かこうしっかりね綺麗に物事が片付いてしまう映画なので、そこから一歩別のゾーンに入りたかったという気持ちがあります。で、私が自分で作り上げたキャラクターだとしても、もうこの段階では個々の、個性を持っているわけですよね。で、彼女は何か言いたいけれども、この男性の表情を見てやめよう、このままにしておこう、複雑なままで、もう、人生は続くというふうに決めたわけですね。ですから、複雑さということですよね、一言で言うと。ただ言葉にしなくても幸い映画というものは映像で、伝えることができる言葉を超えた存在ですね。Maayan?
Thank you for your question. This is a very wonderful moment of the movie also for me. And I think that for me it's because at this moment, like Nadav said, that she sees a face impression that she did not expect. And it's a very small one, a very subtle one, but she feels it because they are already very close. And I think that what's special about this moment is that it's the first time that Noah looks at him, at this person who is probably a Palestinian, and he evolves from being an idea of a person, like being a representation of a person, to a real person, because she is used to think about people like him. She is used to think about them from titles she has in her mind, like the title that was written under the picture of his wife that was killed by my husband. Yeah? And suddenly he's not a title anymore, and he is not an idea in her head. She sees him for the first time, and they have a real interaction. And this is why even a very small movement of his mouth, she feels it. And like Nadav said, it is, I think this moment is bittersweet, because she's happy that he can smile. She's happy that he can move on and live his life. His life did not stop there. He continued, although she knows that he went through a terrible thing. And I think that also inspires her to move on, to live her life. And I think, like Nadav said, Noah is trying. She's still very. She's at the beginning of making her own choices. So she cannot do very strong and very like very kitsoni. Extreme, sorry, very extreme doings. She wants to do like you said in this moment. She knows she wants to say something to him. It's a big thing. She cannot do it yet, and she is also afraid of what will happen if she does anything. So this is what is holding her back, but what is giving her peace inside is this interaction, is this hint of a smile that she sees on his face. Sorry, I'm very touched by all the situation, so it takes me time to find my words. Thank you.
はい、そうですね。監督がね言ったように、そう彼の表情というのがですね、彼女は期待せずそれを見て非常に、微妙なちょっとねわずかな、瞬間ですが2人の距離が縮んだと。そうして、それまでは多分彼はパレスチナ人という設定でそれまでは字面でどこかで見て一個人として見ていなかったわけですよね。一派人からげな、であったり、彼はその女性の夫というような見方をしていたと。だけれども、その彼女の夫が殺した、女性の夫というものからですね、実際に2人が会ったことで交流が図れたことで、2人の中で彼女の中で何かが動いて、でこれはちょっとビタースイートな瞬間だと思います。ただこの男性が笑っているというのを見て彼女は彼はもうね、彼の人生は進んでいるんだ、もちろん悲惨な経験をしたんだけれども、彼はもうね自分の道を歩き始めているということを知って、彼女もそれで、何かインスパイアされるものがあるわけですよね。でノアに関してはやっとこれから自分の道を歩き始めた、ちょっとまだ弱々しいというか力はないけれども、これから、これから自分も生きていくということ一人で、そして、ちょっと怖い部分もまだあるわけですよ。もしここで何か言ったら何が起きてしまうのかという、それをだから自分の中でまだ戸惑いがあるというもの。ただ、ここでの彼との短いこの関わりが、心の平穏をもたらした、この、微笑みがそれをもたらしたということですね。とても今の、質問でですね、いろんなことがよぎって感動して、ちょっといろんなことが込み上げてきます。